are names that maps forget. Islands that drift in the space between continents, known more by the currents that pass them than by the travelers who stop. They exist in the quiet margins of the world, born from fire, shaped by the sea, and content in their solitude. They are not destinations on a well-trodden path, but worlds unto themselves, holding stories that the ocean has kept secret for centuries. Between the shores of East Africa and the great island of Madagascar, a chain of volcanic peaks breaks the surface of the Indian Ocean. These are the Comoros, an archipelago that has remained almost invisible, a whisper on the monsoon winds. Its name does not conjure immediate images. It holds a beautiful, resonant emptiness, waiting to be filled. It is a place defined not by what has been built, but by what has endured. This is not a land of monuments, but of moments, of smoke rising from a volcano's rim, of light filtering through a rainforest canopy, of the call to prayer echoing over a turquoise lagoon. It is a world built on a Swahili Arab inheritance, a complex tapestry of African roots, Shirazi sultanates, and French colonial history, where life moves to the rhythm of the tides, not the clock. A place where the past is not a memory, but a living presence in the stone walls and the carved wooden doors. To find its character, you must be willing to listen to the rustle of palm leaves, to the creak of a wooden dhow, to the stories told in the shade of a Medina wall. You must be willing to get lost in its labyrinthine alleys and to sit quietly on its shores, watching the fishermen return as they have for 1,000 years. This is a journey into Africa's forgotten islands, a search for the beauty that thrives in deep, quiet isolation. Our journey begins on Ngazija, the largest island, known to the world as Grande Comore. It is the youngest of the sisters, a place still being formed, dominated by a living mountain. Its volcanic soil is dark and fertile, yet the evidence of its violent birth is everywhere, a constant, humbling presence. This is Mount Karthala, one of the world's most active volcanoes. It is not just a feature of the landscape, it is the landscape itself. Its dark, cooled lava flows stretch for miles, a stark, black architecture that reaches from the summit to the sea. These are not ancient, grass-covered hills. They are fresh wounds on the face of the earth, some only a few decades old, a lunar landscape of jagged, porous rock that crunches underfoot. The air above them shimmers with heat, and in the crevices, the first pioneering ferns begin the slow, patient work of turning rock back into soil. The ground here is a constant reminder that the world is not finished. The last eruption sent rivers of molten rock through forests and villages, a force that both creates and destroys. To live on this island is to accept that the earth beneath your feet is never truly still. The people here do not fear the mountain, they respect it. It is the source of their soil, their water, their very existence. Its moods dictate the weather. Its slopes channel the rain that feeds their crops of vanilla, bananas, and cassava. As you ascend its slopes, the barren lava fields give way to something unexpected. A dense, humid cloud forest, a pocket of intense green that clings to the high-altitude mist. The air grows cool and damp. The silence is broken only by the drip of water from enormous leaves. This is a sanctuary for life that exists nowhere else on Earth. Giant tree ferns, ancient lichens, and birds with strange, beautiful calls like the Comoro flycatcher and the Carthala owl, a bird of the night whose entire world is this single mountain peak. It is a world born from the volcano's soil, nurtured by the ocean's breath, a hidden, vertical Eden. From the quiet of the mountain, we descend to the island's capital. This is Moroni, a city that feels less like a capital and more like a collection of coastal villages that have grown together over time. Its heart is the Ancien Medina, the old town, a place that seems to repel the modern world at its edges. Here, time dissolves. The streets become narrow, winding passages, a labyrinth of high stone walls, carved wooden doors, and small, hidden courtyards. The walls are built from dark volcanic stone and coral lime, their textures telling stories of centuries of sun and salt. Sunlight struggles to reach the ground, casting the alleys in a perpetual, cooling shade. The air is still, holding the scent of wood smoke and cooking spices. The design is deliberate, a defensive measure from a time of pirates and rival sultans, a maze designed to confuse any invader who dared to enter. Life in the Medina is lived in the open. Children play in the alleyways, their laughter echoing off the stone. Women gather to talk on stone benches, their faces often adorned with the golden sandalwood paste known as msinzano, a traditional cosmetic that protects the skin and signifies beauty. Men carry goods from the nearby market or sit in small groups playing cards, the quiet click of the pieces a gentle rhythm in the afternoon heat. The city's energy converges at the Volo Volo market, a chaotic, vibrant hub of commerce and daily life. Here, the air is thick with the scent of cardamom, cloves, and cinnamon, mixed with the sharp, briny smell of the sea. Sacks of rice and beans are piled high. Tables are laden with tropical fruits, mangoes, papayas, breadfruit, and root vegetables like cassava and taro. It is the island's bustling, beating heart, a place of shouted conversations and the raw, unsentimental business of survival. At the edge of the Medina stands the Vendredi Mosque, the Old Friday Mosque. Its white minaret rises against the blue of the ocean, a landmark for the fishermen returning to shore. It is the spiritual anchor of the city. 5 times a day, the call to prayer drifts from its speakers, a sound that washes over the Medina, momentarily hushing the noise of the market, a reminder of a deeper, more constant rhythm. The harbor is the city's lifeline. Here, the dhows, traditional wooden sailing vessels, arrive with goods from the other islands and from the African mainland. Their design has changed little in 1,000 years. They are loaded and unloaded by hand, a slow, rhythmic process that has been the pulse of this coast for centuries. We turn inland from the coast, traveling north of the capital to a place of legend and mystery. Here, nestled within a perfect, circular crater, is Lac Salé, the Salt Lake. It is a geological wonder that has become something more, a sacred site steeped in local folklore. The water is a deep, otherworldly emerald green, its surface often unnaturally still, reflecting the sky like a dark mirror. The crater rim creates a world within a world, a pocket of profound silence where the air seems to hang heavy and motionless. The most uncanny feature of Lac Salé is its relationship with the ocean. Though it sits inland, the sound of the powerful waves of the Indian Ocean is clearly audible, a constant, rhythmic roar from just beyond the crater's edge. Yet the lake itself remains placid and undisturbed. Local legends say that the lake is bottomless, that it is connected to the sea through a series of subterranean tunnels, and that the spirits of the ancestors reside in its green depths. The most enduring story tells of a village that once stood here, and when its inhabitants refused to give water to a traveling holy man, the ground collapsed, swallowing the village whole and leaving only this water-filled crater as its tombstone. For this reason, no one swims here. It is not a place for recreation, but for quiet contemplation. It is a place of respect, where the visible world of the volcano meets an unseen world of myth and spirit. To sit on its edge is to feel the strange, powerful energy of a place that defies easy explanation, a quiet testament to the deep spiritual connection between the Comorian people and their dramatic, mysterious land. Continuing along the southern coast of Grande Comore, the raw power of Karthala becomes even more apparent, not just in destruction, but in the creation of strange and breathtaking beauty. Here, near the small village of Moroni, the volcano's cooled lava has sculpted a masterpiece. A long, narrow ridge of black volcanic rock juts directly into the sea, a formation known locally as the Dos du Dragon, the dragon's back. It lies like a sleeping beast, its spiny, serrated back rising from the water, a line of jagged black stone that separates two perfect, crescent-shaped beaches of brilliant white sand. The contrast is elemental and breathtaking. The harsh, black, jagged rock of the dragon's spine, still sharp from its fiery birth, set against the soft, pale sand and the impossible turquoise of the water. This is a landscape of pure, opposing forces, a place where fire and water have met and created something of severe, uncompromising beauty. The beaches of Moroni, nestled on either side of the ridge, are secluded and pristine. They are not places of commerce or bustling activity, but quiet sanctuaries where the only sounds are the gentle lapping of the waves on the sand and the louder crash of the ocean against the volcanic rock. To stand on the dragon's back is to feel the immense geological forces that have shaped this island, to see the raw material of creation itself. The rock is porous and sharp, a testament to the violence of its formation, while the sand is the product of millennia of the ocean's patient work, grinding coral and shell into powder. It is a testament to the volcano's reach, a place where its power extends from the fiery summit all the way into the cool, clear waters of the Indian Ocean, leaving behind a landscape that does not whisper but declares its origins with a raw, undeniable, and profoundly beautiful power. We continue to the far end of Grande Comore. Here the landscape softens. The harsh black lava gives way to white sand and groves of palm trees. This is the region of Mohéli. The beaches here are some of the most beautiful in the archipelago. Long, sweeping crescents of white sand, fringed by coral reefs, protected from the open ocean. The water is a dozen shades of blue and green, but these are not resort beaches. They are working beaches, places where fishermen mend their nets, where women gather shellfish at low tide, where children learn to swim in the calm, shallow water. Life here is a direct conversation with the sea. Near the shore, we find Trou du Prophète, a secluded beach framed by black rock, where legend says a prophet's boat once found shelter. It is a place of profound tranquility, a landscape painting brought to life, shaped entirely by the meeting of the volcano and the sea. The village of Mitsamyuli itself is a relaxed, sprawling settlement, its houses nestled among coconut palms and breadfruit trees. The pace of life is slower here than in the capital, the air filled with the scent of the ocean and the sound of the wind in the trees. It is a place that feels like the end of the road, a community content in its beautiful, sun-drenched isolation. The northern coast is also where the island feels most vulnerable to the open ocean. The reefs provide some protection, but the power of the Indian Ocean is a constant presence, a reminder that life on these islands has always been a delicate balance between the bounty of the sea and its immense, unpredictable power. A journey by sea separates the islands, a passage across the deep blue of the Mozambique Channel. As Grande Comore's volcanic peak shrinks behind us, a smaller, greener silhouette rises from the horizon. This is Mohéli, or Mohéli, an island that has chosen to protect its natural treasures above all else. Mohéli is a place of deep green. Its mountains are covered in dense rainforest. Its valleys are filled with plantations of ylang-ylang, cloves, and vanilla. The air itself is fragrant. This is the last refuge for one of the rarest animals on Earth, the Livingston's fruit bat. With a wingspan of over a meter, these giant bats are the silent gardeners of the island, crucial for pollinating the forest. The island's capital, Fomboni, is a quiet, unassuming town where life moves at a gentle pace, a world away from the energy of Moroni. But the true soul of Mohéli is found in its relationship with the sea. In 2001, the communities of southern Mohéli came together to create the nation's first marine park. It is a sanctuary for some of the most important marine life in the Indian Ocean, a conservation model driven not by outsiders but by the community itself. And in these waters lies a creature that is a living link to the age of dinosaurs, the coelacanth. Thought to be extinct for 65 million years, this ancient fish was rediscovered in the 20th century, and the deep, volcanic underwater slopes of the Comoros are one of its last known habitats. It is a ghost from deep time, a symbol of the profound, unseen mysteries that this archipelago still holds. We traveled to New Machua, a small village that serves as the heart of the park. It is a quiet, peaceful place, its houses strung along a sandy bay, its people living in a close, symbiotic relationship with the ocean. The waters here are a nursery for the sea. The coral reefs are vibrant and healthy, teeming with fish. The seagrass beds provide food for the green sea turtles that are one of the park's most important residents. Every night, under the cover of darkness, these ancient creatures haul themselves onto the beaches in a slow, laborious ritual, digging their flipper-dug nests in the sand. For generations, the people of Mohéli hunted the turtles. Now they are their guardians. Local guides, trained as park rangers, patrol the beaches, protecting the nesting sites, monitoring the populations, and educating visitors. It is a conservation model built on local knowledge and a deep, inherited respect for the ocean. Out in the channel, the ocean is deep and full of life. Pods of dolphins are a common sight. From July to October, humpback whales arrive from the cold waters of the Antarctic. They come here to breed and give birth. Their songs echo through the water, a deep, resonant sound that is the heartbeat of the ocean. To witness them breaching, their immense bodies clearing the water against the backdrop of the green island, is to feel the raw, untamed power of the natural world that Mohéli has chosen to protect. We cross the sea once more to the island of Anjouan, or Nzuani. This is the most dramatic of the islands, a place of steep, rugged mountains, deep valleys, and a coastline of hidden coves and old, proud cities. Anjouan is known as the perfumed island. The reason is everywhere. The hillsides are covered in the sprawling, gangly trees of the ylang-ylang plant. Its flowers, when distilled, produce one of the world's most sought-after essential oils, a key ingredient in many famous perfumes. The harvest is done by hand, the air filled with an intense, sweet fragrance. From the coast, we travel inland, into the high, green heart of Anjouan. The road climbs steeply through the Col de Patsy, a mountain pass that offers breathtaking views of the island's interior. The water that feeds these high forests gathers and falls at places like the Cascade de Tatinga, a powerful waterfall that tumbles into a cool, green pool, a hidden oasis. The island's topography has created a distinct culture, one of hardy mountain farmers who have terraced the steep slopes to grow their crops. Life here is a constant negotiation with gravity, a testament to the human ability to find sustenance in the most challenging of landscapes. To truly understand Anjouan, one must walk through the ylang-ylang plantations. These are not neat, orderly rows of crops, but a chaotic, fragrant wilderness. The trees are deliberately kept low, their branches trained downwards to make the harvest possible. Women move through the groves, their colorful garments a sharp contrast to the deep green of the leaves. They carefully pick the delicate, star-shaped blossoms, their fingers moving with a practiced speed. The air is thick with the flowers' intense, sweet, almost intoxicating scent. The harvested flowers are taken to small, rustic distilleries, often just a simple shed with a wood-fired boiler. Here, the oil is extracted using steam in a slow, careful process. It is a form of alchemy, turning a simple flower into a precious liquid, a scent that will travel from this remote island to the fashion houses of Paris. This single flower has shaped the island's economy for over a century, connecting this isolated mountain landscape to the world of global luxury in a way that is almost invisible. It is a quiet, fragrant industry, a cottage economy that has sustained generations of Anjouan families. The soul of Anjouan is found in its old coastal towns. We arrive in Mutsamudu, the island's capital and main port. Like Moroni, it has a dense, labyrinthine medina, but this one feels more fortified, more severe. The citadel, built in the 18th century, still stands guard over the harbor. Its stone walls are testament to a time when the island had to defend itself from pirates and rival sultans. The streets of the Medina are even narrower than in Moroni, the houses built so close together that they seem to lean on each other for support. It is a city built for shade and for defense, a place that holds its secrets close. The port is a chaotic jumble of small cargo ships and fishing boats, a vital link to the outside world. The city has a grittier, more industrious feel than Moroni, a sense of purpose born from its history as a major trading hub. To wander its alleys is to feel the weight of that history, a story of commerce, conflict, and survival on a remote and rugged island shore. We travel down the coast to Moroni, once the capital of the island. It is a quieter, more contemplative place, a town that seems to live in its own past. It was the birthplace of the first president of the Comoros, but its history runs much deeper. The old town is a maze of stone houses and intricately carved wooden doors. It was a center of Islamic scholarship, a place where knowledge was as valuable as spice, and it retains a sense of quiet reverence. The tombs of Shirazi princes lie in its ancient cemeteries, a link to the Persian traders who first brought Islam to these shores. Life in Moroni is slow, measured. It is here that one can best understand the importance of the Grand Mariage, the Great Wedding. This is the most significant social ritual in Comorian life, a series of elaborate, expensive ceremonies that can last for weeks, cementing a family status in the community. It is a tradition that binds the society together, a public declaration of identity and belonging. The preparations can take years, the ceremonies involving entire villages in a complex dance of gift-giving, feasting, and music. It is the cultural heartbeat of the islands, a tradition that has endured through centuries of change. Continuing along the southern coast of Grande Comore, the raw power of Karthala becomes even more apparent, not just in destruction, but in the creation of strange and breathtaking beauty. Here, near the small village of Moroni, the volcano's cooled lava has sculpted a masterpiece. A long, narrow ridge of black volcanic rock juts directly into the sea, a formation known locally as the Dos du Dragon, the Dragon's Back. It lies like a sleeping beast, its spiny, serrated back rising from the water, a line of jagged black stone that separates two perfect, crescent-shaped beaches of brilliant white sand. The contrast is elemental and breathtaking. The harsh, black, jagged rock of the dragon's spine, still sharp from its fiery birth, set against the soft, pale sand and the impossible turquoise of the water. This is a landscape of pure, opposing forces, a place where fire and water have met and created something of severe, uncompromising beauty. The beaches of Moroni, nestled on either side of the ridge, are secluded and pristine. They are not places of commerce or bustling activity, but quiet sanctuaries where the only sounds are the gentle lapping of the waves on the sand and the louder crash of the ocean against the volcanic rock. To stand on the dragon's back is to feel the immense geological forces that have shaped this island, to see the raw material of creation itself. The rock is porous and sharp, a testament to the violence of its formation, while the sand is the product of millennia of the ocean's patient work, grinding coral and shell into powder. It is a testament to the volcano's reach, a place where its power extends from the fiery summit all the way into the cool, clear waters of the Indian Ocean, leaving behind a landscape that does not whisper but declares its origins with a raw, undeniable, and profoundly beautiful power. From the smoking peak of Karthala to the turtle beaches of Mohéli, from the fragrant hills of Anjouan to the quiet Medinas that have stood for centuries. Our journey across the Comoros reveals a fundamental truth, that this archipelago is not one place, but many, a collection of worlds, each island with its own character, its own rhythm, its own soul. Each village, shaped by its unique and powerful geography, holds a different answer to the question of how to live. Life is carved from volcanic stone, distilled from fragrant flowers, pulled from the sea, or nurtured in the thin mountain air. These communities are not relics of the past. They are living, breathing worlds, adapting and enduring, holding on to their identity in the face of a rapidly changing world. They are the hidden story of the Comoros, a story written not in headlines, but in the quiet, resilient rhythms of daily life. A story of incredible diversity and of a profound, unbreakable bond between a people, their volcanic islands, and their sea.